Saturday, Las Vegas. It's Monique Buchanan, the host of the Welcome Home with Monique show. And I have none other than my co-host, Miss Becky Coins, here with me. Hey, Becky.
Hey, Mo.
How are you?
I'm excited.
I know that's right, girl. We got a lot to be excited about, don't we?
Yes, we do.
So, guys, we're going to jump into the show. I've got an amazing guest that's going to join us as well. You guys always hear me say, I can assist you, not only here in the Las Vegas Valley, but all throughout all 50 states as well as 24 countries. My brokerage is in 24 countries. My team members and colleagues are in all 50 states. So the young lady that's going to join us, she is out of North Carolina. We're gonna go ahead and have a chat with her about her market. Let her talk to you about the property that she just closed on with one of our none other than KUMV listeners here out of Las Vegas, decided to buy out North Carolina. But before we jump into that segment, really quick, Becky, I am humbled and grateful to say that me and my husband are closing on yet another investment property Monday.
I know. It happened so fast. I'm so excited for you guys.
I'm so excited. I feel so blessed.
So many things happening.
And I'm bringing that up not to brag, you guys, but just to tell you, listen, I don't just talk it, I walk it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why would I be purchasing properties right now unless I knew it was a good time to buy?
We keep telling them.
Right. We all know that the rates are about to start coming down. They've already trickled down a bit already, you guys. And our phones are blowing up with buyers right now.
Yes.
Which is a great thing because, that's good. But this is kind of what we warned them about. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's the sweet spot right now. It's before it gets too crazy with buyers that right now, if you go ahead and get that ball rolling, you're going to beat the rush.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Absolutely.
But before I go into that, because, I'm about to get ahead of myself because I'm excited. But yeah, so we're closing on our one of our investment properties. It's here in Vegas. It's not out of state. And we're pretty excited to get it going. Our process is going to be to throw it on Section 8 because that's guaranteed payments, mm-hmm. right? And they're in dire need of people like yourselves that are listening that have good credit, that have, a couple dollars saved in the bank where they can put down those, funds to go ahead and purchase an investment property. Remember, we have a loan where they won't even look at your personal income at all, not one bit. As long as a property pays for itself, like the property that I bought, I can rent it out for $2,000 a month. Well, my mortgage is only $1,500. Therefore, they didn't have to look at any of my paperwork, my bank statements, none of that. All you need is 20% down. You need at least a 660 credit score. Right? And the payment, the property has to be able to pay for itself. Is that a great deal to build your portfolio? And guess what, guys? We can do this in all 50 states. And with that being said, keep that in mind as retirees. You can, do this in all 50 states. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and introduce none other than my other Miss Becky, Miss Rebecca from North Carolina. Hi, honey. How are you?
I am doing amazing. How are you?
Well, we are doing fantastic because we are excited about everything that's going on here, not just here, but in the real estate market. And I want to say thank you for taking care of Mr. Means. I know that you guys are closing on a beautiful home out there. He sent me a picture and said, Monique, thank you so much for connecting me with Rebecca. She is super professional. She knocked it out the park. In fact, we are closing early. I think in under 30 days, 3 weeks, you guys are closing on his property. He's a veteran that's he's being stationed in North Carolina. He called me right up and said, Monique, I listen to you all the time. I trust you. I know you're going to get me in good hands, in which I did. You know what I mean? I got him, with you. You took good care of him. Now he can have some peace in knowing he's got a beautiful home to come to up there in North Carolina. Closing on the 22nd, Becky?
Yes, on the 22nd of September. Yes, we're super excited about his closing. It's always scary when a buyer is buying a home and they haven't seen it yet, right?
Right.
Because there's a lot of anticipation that builds up. But I think we hit this one out the park when he was able to, FaceTime me in. We did a virtual showing. And the great thing about it is there was already a previous contract on the property, so we were able to actually get the inspection report, review that with him, and see everything that he wanted. And here's the thing, we were able to strongly negotiate for the seller to actually make all the repairs that he requested.
Oh,
Isn't that insane?
that is amazing.
Especially in this
Love it.
market, what you see is a lot of people are like intimidated because they don't know if they're going to be able to get a good price and get the repairs that they're asking for. But with people like you and I, Monique, we're going to negotiate for the best interest of our clients, right?
Right.
So the great thing about it is we were able to negotiate for him to get a great price as well as get the repairs done that he requested.
Yes.
So super excited about that. Super excited to be able to help him in that way.
Yes. Well, I knew I was putting him in great hands with you, Rebecca, and I thank you for that. And it does give the buyers peace of mind, right, Becky?
Yeah.
Especially when you're a first-time home buyer.
Oh, yeah. They're always very, very nervous with everything. And I can't imagine. I think in this day and age, though, being able to do that kind of thing, could you imagine like 30 years ago trying to buy a property out of state? Now you have all of these tools. We can put you up with some of the best people. We've got virtual showings, like Rebecca just said. You can still look at the property, and it can be a lot less nerve-wracking.
Yes, and I love what you pointed out is that, hey, guys, we have fancy phones nowadays. Okay, there's me, most of my clients that are out of state, like Rebecca said, too. I've got a lot of out-of-state clients, and what I'll do is I'll break out the old iPhone, or I'll call them on Facebook, and we'll do a virtual, like you said, tour. We'll just walk through, and it feels like they're there, so they're getting to see. And then I'll point out, which I'm sure you did, Rebecca, point out little things that maybe they're missing, like, hey, there's a lump in the floor as I'm walking, so they kind of know. But it's just a blessing to have somebody that you trust, that it's boots on the ground. So you do feel
Boots on the
comfortable.
ground, yes.
Right. Right. And that's what you are, Rebecca, boots on the ground in North Carolina. Now, what area do you serve? What area out there can my listeners get some service from you for?
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. So Eastern North Carolina, anything east of Raleigh, we can definitely service that area. And we partner with a team of different inspectors and different vendors who can definitely make any repairs that are necessary. We don't, jump away from any repairs that come up. We can get anything fixed, anything can be repaired, anything can be treated. So we work hard for our Eastern North Carolina clients and anybody that comes into this area. And we're seeing a lot of people coming from all over the world, like from Vegas, from larger populations, because our market is below the national average. Our average sales price in the area in Eastern North Carolina is under $300,000, believe it or not.
Yes.
Can you believe that? It's under $300,000. So you can get a standard 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home for under $300,000. And people are like, hey, look, I can work from anywhere. We have so many people who work from home that are remote workers. And they're like, I can work from anywhere, but I want to live where I can live beneath my means and still live comfortably, because you don't want to be house poor. So we specialize in just definitely identifying the needs of our different clients and being able to match their needs with the right property that they deserve and desire.
Absolutely. And then you guys actually get a lot. So our average square foot out here, we go by square foot lots. Our average square foot out here for the regular home out here, for one, our price point is at about $450. And then our lot size is about 5,500. So that's not a whole lot of land. But out there, you guys get a lot of bang for your buck. So give me what I would get, Rebecca. Give me what I would if I was buying at $350,000. What would that look like for me? Lot size and how big the house would be in your area.
In our area, $350,000, you could probably get you a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom home with a 2-car garage, and your lot size would probably be somewhere between a third of an acre to half an acre.
Could you imagine?
You can get a lot of bang for your buck here in Eastern North Carolina.
That's awesome.
That's one of the things that I absolutely love, and I see a lot of people who reach out and communicate. A lot of the referrals that you send, they're wanting more bang for their money. They want to see more of their money be able to stretch.
Absolutely.
And Eastern North Carolina can definitely service that type of client.
Yes, and if you're retired and you're on a fixed income, listen, okay, you can go ahead and move out that way and just enjoy the beautiful areas out there. I love what you're telling me about these properties out here that they're, for $350, you get that bang for your buck. But can you tell my listeners around, like, how much would that cost them per month? Just, on average. Obviously, a lot of things go into that, but on average, how much would your payment be on a $350,000 house out there in North Carolina?
So payment, and this is principal and interest I'm talking, we're talking about less than 2,200 that you're looking at on a monthly basis. I mean, how far can that go?
Girl,
with
you
average
can't get a
household,
condo out here for 2,200.
2,200. I mean, people are paying that in rent for a
Yes.
1-bedroom apartment.
Yes.
And people are being able to buy a home and actually maximize on the space and the customizations and different things like that really help them to just find a home and be at home, right?
Right.
So,
So
people are seeing, and even with our HOAs are not massive. So
how much
you
are
might see
they?
on average like
On
you
average.
might see on average like $350 a year.
A year?
for HOA.
Here.
A year. Mhm.
Did you say a year?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
$350 a year.
Okay, now tell me, if we were to buy something out there, because I know there's some investors listening too, not only my retirees listening or just people that are thinking about moving out of the state and trying to figure out where they want to go. What is the nearest airport? How far is the major city? Like where, give me some cities that you're actually servicing.
Okay, so major cities. We're talking Raleigh, North Carolina. We're talking
How far?
Greenville, North Carolina. Raleigh, North Carolina is from me is an hour. So
Okay.
I have clients all the
good.
time who are working in Raleigh, and they actually reach out to me and they're like, "Hey, look, I want to find something within, I'll say, an hour and a half from my city because I want to save money." Because the major cities oftentimes are way more expensive
Right.
than the smaller cities, right? So they're like, "Hey, I'm willing to commute so that I can save money." And they're even able to, because they're coming from larger cities, like we're talking like New York, bigger cities where it's taking them hours on the metro to get back and forth from home.
Anyway.
They get down here
Right.
and they are able to get to and from work within 20 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes. And they're just like, "Hey, look, we would rather take this," and they get more house for their
Yeah.
bang for their buck. So, hey, look, we are having people come down here and live like kings and queens in the South. So
Now, what
I'm
about, you
really
said
happy
Raleigh, and what was the other
to-
city? How far is the other city?
Greenville, North Carolina. That's where I'm based out in Greenville. It's about an hour and a half from Raleigh, which is the capital of North Carolina.
How far
and
is
then
it
it's
from
an
you?
hour and a half from the coast. Greenville isn't right where I am. Like, that's where I'm based.
Oh, so you're
They
currently in Greenville.
Greenville, North Carolina, correct. And so I'm right there in a happy medium, right there between the coast and the capital, right?
I was just going to say, and how
And,
far from that coast?
The water.
Yeah, so
Right?
from the coast, we're like an hour,
Ooh,
maybe an
that's
hour
so
from the beach.
good.
So
sounds
we have
great.
people that move to our area and retire in our area, and they also love to invest in our area. Right now, what's a lot of people are as popular is the short-term rentals. We have a lot of
Airbnb.
colleges and people who come in and fly in. RDU is our main one, but our main airport that's international. But we have so many different other opportunities, such as Greenville. Greenville has a local airport. And New Bern has another airport as well. So people can get in and out pretty swiftly. And we have a lot of investors who are coming and looking in those areas that are growing. I know in my city alone, Greenville, we were a couple of years back, we were listed as the #1 city for growth and relocation because the population is right under 100,000. So, when you hit 100,000, you become a metro, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Metropolitan. And so different, companies and things like that are flooding our area in Eastern North Carolina because they see the growth.
potential
they see
and the
what's
growth.
coming.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's best time
they
to get
see
in
what's
now,
coming.
right? So if you're
That's
just
the best
tuning
time
in,
to get in now.
yes, and if you're just tuning in, this is Monique Buchanan and Rebecca Coins, and we have none other than Miss Becky out of North Carolina, Greenville. She is part of the Welcome Home team, and she just got through selling one of our listeners a beautiful home out there in near Greenville as well. If you're interested in talking to her or thinking about possibly moving out that way, you can give me a jingle at 702-984-3700, 702-984-3700. I am Monique Buchanan. I am a local Las Vegas realtor here, but can assist you in all 50 states and in 24 countries if you are thinking of relocating. Just last week, we had none other than my guy in Mexico, Robert, who is licensed in Mexico as well as Las Vegas. So yes, you know that you can trust if you're going to move out there. You've got somebody, once again, boots on the ground. I've got you covered no matter where you're thinking about moving. So if that's the case and you need a little guidance, 702-984-3700. My website is welcomehomewithmonique.com. And so is my YouTube channel. So yeah, you're giving us a lot of great information. Becky, did you want to ask?
Yeah, where is, how far is the University of North Carolina?
From where you're at?
So we have several universities. We have several state universities. Most people know about Duke, right?
Yes.
Duke University and NC State. They are about an hour and a half from where I am. In Greenville, North Carolina.
So you really are just
you're
like
right in the central.
You center of everything.
Everything.
You've got
The
retirees,
beach.
you've got college, you've
Yeah.
got like.
No
just
wonder
a
the
whole-
investors are pouring
Yeah.
in. I'm looking at it like, listen, I was
My
thinking,
brains
I
are
know.
turning.
I was thinking I was going to buy in Mexico, but Robert, I don't know. I'm going to have to turn my little sights.
Let's have that convo.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me close on this one next week now, Rebecca. I ain't made of money now. Still driving my old 2014 Lexus.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
If you can get those loans that you're talking about,
Yeah.
you may not be made of money, but you will be. I mean,
I love
investors
it.
are pouring in left and right.
True story.
You make a good
with
point
those,
because you don't have to be made of money for those loans. I'm glad you brought that back up. I keep trying to tell my listeners, a lot of my listeners, Rebecca, they're like family to me, so I just talk to them like cousins. So a lot of them are retired. You know, a lot of them are sitting on a nice little pension. They're doing well. They already own their home. But a lot of them are thinking that, you know, I'd love to have a little extra money coming in besides my pension, but I can't afford it. But yes, you can, because like you just said, it does not matter how much money you're making on your pension or how stretched you are with however many properties you own already. Once again, you just need the credit, the down payment, and the fact that property, what you're looking at, can pay for itself. And you can get as many properties as you want. So, yeah. And if you want more information on that, 702-984-3700. Go ahead, Rebecca. You were saying something, honey. I cut you off. Go ahead.
Another thing for people who are moving to our area who are retirees, we have a lot of down payment assistance programs, believe it or not, for first-time home buyers. Because we have a lot of people who actually retire from the military and they come to our area and they haven't even bought a home yet and maxed out on their VA benefits. And we try to educate them on those opportunities and how they can start actually building wealth through leveraging
And how they could have
VA
started 10
loan.
years ago. I'm sorry.
And yes, it's some kind
How
of
they could have
tweak.
started. Why are you waiting? Why?
Because you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, but some of them do know, but they're like, oh, well, I'm going to be deployed, or I might only be here for a year. Okay, so after a year, we'll rent it out and continue to let it make you money.
But some
How
of them
about
think
that?
you can only use it once, and so they keep holding on to it and scared. They're so terrified to
and
let
that's
it go.
what the show is about, breaking up the myths. Very good point, Rebecca.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rebecca. I'm gonna call you Becky, and I'm talking to Rebecca in North Carolina. But yes, so if you guys are out there and you've been in the service, you've got that VA benefit that you're not using, or even God forbid you are a fallen spouse, right? Your spouse has fallen, I should say, and thank you for their service, and that's horrible. But did you know that you can still he or she can still bless you with that benefit? And we know how to put you in front of the right people to get that benefit going so that your spouse is still blessing you today.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the truth. You can use it more than once. There's
Yes,
no
you
need
can.
to hoard it.
Because some
or
of them, they
feel
get
like you
so
can't.
scared. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make that wrong decision. I'm going to use it up on the wrong property.
Yeah.
But that's not true.
Yeah, speak on that, Becky. I know you deal with a lot of that out there. There's a lot of military, right?
Yes. Yeah, so in terms of that, like, people don't know what they can't leverage, right, if they don't just reach out and ask the question. So what we end up doing is we sit down and have, a consultation and talk about what their options are. The beauty in that is a lot of people don't realize they can actually build generational wealth through that.
Right.
And so we talk through their options to be able to build that generational wealth and pass along these properties that their families can live off of for years to come.
Right, absolutely. I always talk about, I'm so grateful for my parents, that had a paid off house. So now my granddaughter, my daughter, she can take a year off and say, you know what, I'm going to take a whole year off and just go back to school. And I'm going to go live in my big daddy's house because it's paid off. And that is pivotal to be able to do that. and be able to not be stressed out about money and focus on your studies or do whatever it is that you want to do for that year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is.
To help propel you.
Because your grandparents made sure to build generational wealth. And hey, God forbid, I use John Q. God forbid, I know it was a movie, but I always tell them this too, Rebecca. I say, listen, things happen, unfortunate things. Now, if you're a renter, you have no assets to leverage. But if God forbid something happens where you need to be able to obtain $100,000 for medical reasons for your child, your grandchild, or whatever, you can pull money out of a home.
You have an asset.
Equity out and bless your family with that money to save their lives. But if you are a renter, you will look very much like John Q in that movie where he's got stuff out as a yard sale trying to come up with that. You're not going to be able to come up with that kind of money.
Nope.
But you need to have assets, right?
Yeah.
So I love that.
Real estate
I
is the
love
best
that.
way to build that asset, right?
It is. And we have a lot of down payment assistance
there's so
programs
many
out here as
programs.
well. We have the zero down programs. Our veterans, they have zero excuse because not only do they have zero down, they also get a lower rate than the general public off the top, which they should. They earned it. They deserve it. Take advantage of it, right? But we also have people that are not veterans. We have zero down programs. All you need is a 660 credit score. If you need help with credit, we've got somebody that will help you with that. We have some programs that are all the way down to 620 credit score, zero down. And right now, and you tell me if it's the same in your market, right now we are getting closing cost paid by the seller for the buyer all day long. So when you buy a home, you've got your zero down payment being taken care of by the grant, right? Or the program. And then the rest of your cost, we are negotiating and getting the seller to pay for you. That will go away as early as possibly the 17th of this month, because that's when the feds are meeting. And there's big rumor that they're going to lower these rates. And that's going to actually hurt a lot of people, because once they lower these rates, nobody's giving you a dime, nickel, penny.
Nope.
You hear me?
Because when the rates drop, so many other buyers are able, who were once not able to enter the market, they're able to enter the market and fully take advantage of those interest rates that they once weren't able to. And what that does is that potentially will raise prices,
Of course.
right? Because as demand increases, prices typically follow. And what that does is now, when you were waiting for the rates to drop, you were at a lower price range, but then the rates drop, but the price points go up. So you're right back, in some cases, even at a higher payment than you would have been if you had just bought the house when you initially thought that you should have.
And absolutely. And let's not forget, not only do the prices go up when these rates go down, but guess what else? Mr. Seller is not helping you with a dime, nickel, penny.
And with nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
He's not going to give you a dime. Why would he? If I know that I've got 5 or 6 people behind you that now they've been sitting here for 2 years saving all their cash, and they're paying over what I'm asking. They're waiving appraisals like they did in 2019. And now you're over here needing money. Oh, you need money? Oh, you're not getting a dime, nickel, penny. I'm going to pass you right up and go to the people that are willing to overpay or that are not asking me for a penny. So listen to me, people. If you are out there and you have at least a 620 credit score, okay? You've been on your job for at least 2 years, any job, even if you switch jobs, doesn't matter. Listen, the number is 702-984-3700, you guys. The time is running out. The 17th is in a couple days. And once those rates drop, let me tell you, they dropped 1 point. My phone was blowing up. Blowing up.
And
Becky, am I telling a story?
No. You're telling the absolute
I
truth.
hope I'm telling.
If they drop a half a point, your phone will blow
Your
up.
phone, I was going to say, and a half a point, it was ringing. But I need it to ring now while we're still able, now before the daggone rates go down, and then boom, everybody's jumping in the water. But these people that are jumping in the water, they've got money. They've been saving. So especially if you don't have any savings, now, I mean, you need to have some savings, a little bit. But if you're going to need a little help, you don't have time to spare. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Am I telling a story?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I exaggerating?
No, you are not.
No.
So I keep trying to tell even my friends and family that live here in Las Vegas, if you want to continue living here or North Carolina or anywhere, by the way, down payment assistance, she can help you out. Becky can help you out in North Carolina if you want to move out that way. It's not limited. It's pretty much all 50 states have it. So we can help you with the down payment assistance. It doesn't matter what state. Okay. So we can help you. I wish I had more time. Rebecca, you were amazing. Thanks for sharing all the information
Thank you so
about.
much for having me.
Yeah. Tell us again the cities that you service.
Eastern North Carolina, anything east of Raleigh and west of the coast.
And you're in Greenville. You're based out of Greenville.
Greenville, North Carolina, yes.
Okay, all right. So you guys heard it.
take a
There's
visit.
another one of my team members. You hear her. She's a true professional. She's also an icon agent like myself. You don't get there easily, people. You don't. So just so you don't, just in case you don't know, we're 94,000 agents strong with our brokerage EXP, and only the top 3% become icon. Becky is icon.
Absolutely.
I've been blessed by all of you listeners to become icon with this brokerage as well. So I'm only putting you in the best hands. Okay, I'm referring you to the best of the best. So if you're thinking of moving in any 50 states of beautiful America or in 24 countries, you can always reach out and let me get you a true professional. 702-984-3700. You guys, thank you so much for today.
Thank you, Mo.
Thank you. My
Thank
two
you for having
Beckys.
us.
I got Becky with the good hair and my Greenville Becky.
Yes.
All right, you guys, have a blessed Saturday. We all hope to hear from you soon. Thank you for listening.